Hello, this is Luca with another video about Logitech G27 rattle fixes. And I wish I wouldn't have to do that video, but as I mentioned in the first video, the first rattle fix video, my solution isn't perfect. For those who didn't see the first video, in the first video we forced some plastic washers in the gap between the motor shaft and the motor housing, which prevented the shaft of the motor from moving in this direction. This helped, for me it helped a lot. It actually made RBR, Richard Burns Rally, playable again so that I could enjoy it, because before it was almost not playable. There was a lot of clunking. But now what happened, I decided to install R Factor 2 with my roommate, and there, if you go on a straight and accelerate and get really fast, the rattle starts again. It's not the same rattle as before, because obviously this fix from before helped a lot. But what is a big problem with the Logitech G27 wheels? It is fast moving, fast changing of the direction of force feedback. So if you have like left, right, left, right, left, right in a really fast manner, then the clunking gets the worst. So, and in the R Factor, if you go on a straight line, they want to kind of simulate the vibration of the car, and then it starts rattling again and it's unbearable. Maybe you can try with just the first fix. Maybe it will work for your game, but in R Factor on a straight, I couldn't play it. So then I wanted to move to change the dampening of the force feedback in R Factor 2, but obviously that then gives you less feel, and it actually was so bad that I couldn't play the game anymore because it was too slow. I was too slow in reacting to counter steer and everything. So I opened the wheel again and looked for another cause of the rattling. As I mentioned in the first video, there are several causes, and one of the causes is obviously that if you have gears like here, you're always gonna have some play. And maybe you didn't have the problem when you bought the wheel new, but the thing is, this plate and also this housing, with time they're gonna deform. Even metal, even if this is quite a solid metal plate, metal is deforming with time, and if you do mechanical engineering, you actually have to calculate that it can kind of flow, especially under stress. So if you have constant stress, the thing is going to be deform. Also the teeth in this plastic gear are probably going to be used a little bit, so it can be that it worked perfectly in the beginning but doesn't work that good anymore. So what I suspect is that this metal plate with time kind of deforms in a way that it gets a little bend here, and what that makes is that the axis of these two motors, the other one is down here but should be in here, the axis of these two motors don't align perfectly anymore with this gear. So what I thought of is, how could I kind of move the axis of this motor a little bit inwards, so it presses more against this plastic gear here. And what I did is, you see the motor is fixed with 3 screws here, and I now put a washer on under one of the screws, like between the motor and this metal plate. And it's actually easy to put it on because it's magnetic. I used a metal washer and it works fine like that. First I tried with 2 metal washers on this and this hole, so these 2 holes, but the angle that I got, maybe you can see it here, there's the gap here is a little bit bigger than here, so I got a little bit of an angle. But when I used to try with this and this hole, it was too much. I assembled this unit, and there was too much resistance in the wheel. I could feel it that it will be too much. It will take too much effort to turn the wheel after that. So once again, like in the first video, I had to start sanding. I sanded down a washer that was 0.5 millimeters to now maybe 0.2 millimeters, so really not that much. And I decided to only put it under this hole. It's not a perfect solution because this is the center of the plastic gear, and it would be perfect if this screw wouldn't actually be here, so I kind of really moved the axis in the right direction. But I will try it out and let you know if I have any wear and tear with time. Now, talking about wear and tear with time, I think I kind of suspected a little bit that this is going to happen, because what's going to happen with this solution? The gears are going to press more against the plastic gear here, and maybe it is so much that it will kind of, with time, eat its way into the plastic gear here. But I really want to play R Factor 2, and it was so annoying that I couldn't play it, and I'm just going to try it out. I'm going to be your guinea pig and let you know if there's too much wear with time and if it doesn't work. But in case it doesn't work, you have to change. I'd have to change to a direct drive wheel or a belt driven wheel, and at the moment I'm willing to take the risk that maybe with time it's not going to be the best solution. The other solution with the washers in here, it's a cool solution. Washers in here, and stronger spring in here. That's a cool solution. It doesn't really change the wheel. You can always change back to the old state, and it doesn't really. There's like no chance it destroys the wheel. But with this one, it's a little bit a sketchy one, a little bit a nasty one, but I'll try it out, I'll take the risk, and I think it's gonna solve the problem. So I'll assemble the wheel now and I'll let you know. So as promised, I'll show you the effect that this modification has. And first I'll show you the force feedback settings that I have it set on in R Factor 2. As you can see here, I have no minimum torque applied that would actually overcome the resistance of the wheel, but to my surprise, it actually didn't really increase the resistance that much, and it still moves really easily. And I have the force feedback smoothing on 0. When I put that value up before, it kind of helped a little bit with the problem. But now to show you the effect on the inverse case scenario, I put it on 0. I also had it on 0 before I decided to do the modification. So now my roommate will start racing, and it takes a while to get to the straights. That's actually where it's the worst, and we just kind of now found out what is actually the cause for this rattling. And it is when you, on the curbs now, as you just saw, it is when you get a flat spot on your tires because your tires blocked during braking. Then actually the game simulates a flat spot on a tire, which is pretty awesome, and my roommate just kind of noticed that, and we think it's quite cool. So before the long straight, he will block his wheels to get a flat spot, and then you can see the rattling on the straight. And I mean, even if it rattles hard, I think in real it would also rattle a little bit. The rattle that you're gonna hear is still really much noticeable, but I can tell you it's way less than before I did the second modification. And now it is at a state where I can actually accept the noise. Before it was unbearable, and yeah, that will prevent me from buying a more expensive wheel, and I think it was really successful so far. Now, as I mentioned before, it could be that with time I'm gonna have some wear on the teeth of the gear. But if you don't want to risk it, you just have to wait until I upload a third video to kind of give you comments on that. So now you should block the wheels, You see the wheels are blocked, and now when we go in a straight we should have a flat spot and it should start to rattle. As you can see, now it starts to rattle. That was a little bit of strong, that was a strong flat spot, because it wasn't that bad before. But yeah, that was it's now a little bit shitty. It was so loud. But I can tell you, it's actually less. It's less than before. This is less before. If I would have a similar flat spot before, it would have been worse. And you can see during a normal race, without flat spots, it's now you still have that flat spot, right? But it's on curbs. Can you go on a curb? On a curb, it's acceptable, and this is the noise that if you don't fuck up your wheels, this is the maximum noise that you will have, and that's acceptable, I think. So thank you for watching, and I hope the fix works out for you, and have a nice day. Bye.